Hello and welcome to the Sweet Southern Sports Podcast where we talk SEC sports. Today I'll be covering the SEC Football Week 9 preview. So first let's look back at what happened last week, top 5 takeaways. So first, bye-bye Billy Napier. So Billy Napier has now been fired from the University of Florida officially. Just had a really tough time at Gainesville. It was barely over 500, just not acceptable for that organization. So they let him go even after a win against Mississippi State. Number two, Georgia took down Ole Miss 43-35 in a great comeback win. It looked like Ole Miss had complete control of the game, but Georgia really is just a really gutsy team this year and just found a way to win. So good job for the Georgia Bulldogs. Number three, Vandy took down LSU at home. It was quite the environment for College Game Day to be at and everything like that. They beat them pretty soundly too. Vandy really did control the whole game. And ended up walking away with a 7-point victory over LSU as they now are in the top 10 going into this next week. Bama smokes the cigar in a win over Tennessee again, 37-20. It was a big win for the Tide. It looked like Tennessee had a chance to make the game interesting, and then right before the half, threw a 99-yard pick six, and just really took all the life out of the Tennessee team. And then the last one, Auburn fell to Mizzou in double overtime, losing 23-17. It was just another heartbreaker for Auburn. Just trying to get that win. It's just been a really tough go for Hugh Freeze and the Auburn Tigers, but they're going to continue to fight as they have a really tough schedule every single week. All right, let's look at what's happening in Week 9. All right, so up first at 12 p.m. on ABC, you have the Ole Miss Rebels taking on the Oklahoma Sooners. The Ole Miss Rebels open as Oklahoma opens as a 4.5-point favorite as their home in Norman. I do think though that Ole Miss will find a way to win this game. Chambliss has been playing insane this year. I really think this comes down to just the explosiveness of Ole Miss. With Mateer's injury, I just feel like they're not a very explosive offense, and I think Ole Miss would just be able to make some big plays in the big moments. So I'm going to pick Ole Miss, but it's going to be a really good game. All right, next game at 12:45, the Auburn playing Arkansas. Arkansas opens as a 2.5-point favorite. Arkansas is at home for this game. I do think Auburn finds a way to finally get a win, though. Auburn's just been battling for this SEC win, and they're just fighting and clawing for anything. And I think they finally get it in this game. I think finally a ref call goes their way, so we'll see. But I'll pick Auburn in a very close one. Next game is at 3:30 on ABC. This is Alabama going to South Carolina at Williams-Brice Stadium. Alabama opens as a 12.5-point favorite. This was seen to be one of the most exciting games of the year if you were talking the preseason, with Alabama going into such a tough place like South Carolina with Sellers at quarterback. But South Carolina just has not been on it. They've just been a little rough. So I do expect Alabama to find a way to win. And I think they do win by a couple touchdowns here. Next at 3:30 on ESPN, you have Missouri going to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt opens as a 2.5-point favorite. These teams have been pretty shocking in the SEC this year. A lot of people thought they'd be down. Both teams have been playing well. I do think Vandy wins this game by more, and they cover the spread as well. People are just sleeping on this Vandy team. I know it says the Vandy logo, but this team is just legit. Pavia has this team playing at an extremely high level. Next game, 4:15 on SEC Network. I believe Texas will beat Mississippi State on the road. Texas is a 6.5-point favorite to open this game. I do think Mississippi State's going to have a lot of fight after losing to Florida last week, but I think Texas will just find a way to win just with the having the better one-on-one matchups when it comes down to it. And the last two games we'll cover 7:30 on ABC. It will be Texas A&M taking on the LSU Tigers on the road. Texas A&M opens as a 2.5-point favorite. I think this will come down to the wire. But at the end of the day, LSU's offense is just not very trustworthy. I think Texas A&M will do what they typically do, and it's just do the basic football things, just play tough and just do what they're supposed to do take care of the football. So I do think Texas A&M wins this game, and I do think they cover the spread. And then at 7:45 p.m. on the SEC Network, we have Tennessee going to Kentucky. Tennessee opens as a 7.5-point favorite. This is a rivalry game, so you never know what could happen. But I do think Tennessee will be ready to play in this one. I do think they cover the spread and win by at least 10. So that's this week for Week 9. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and look for more available content in the upcoming weeks.